Densely populated and home to many high-rise apartment buildings, the Bronx is the most diverse area in the United States. It is no surprise then that the composters here are from a host of ethnic and cultural backgrounds. Cheryl Durant immigrated to the US in 1989 to study business. Her father was a farmer back in Jamaica, but she never thought that she would find herself farming in New York City. As luck would have it, after working in the business sector for 20 years, today she manages a community garden in the Bronx.
Sometimes I wonder, why did I never choose this path before? But I guess things had to happen the way they had to happen for me to realize that you had to come back to your roots.
Over the years as master composter, she's learned the importance of composting.
We use compost as our main soil amendment here at Kelly Street Garden. We're huge into compost.
Kelly Street Garden is one of 53 community gardens actively composting in the Bronx. Kathy Vesquez is a composter at River Garden. In her day job as NYC Compost Projects project coordinator, she teaches people from different backgrounds about composting.
The majority of times when I'm interacting with immigrant populations or migrant populations at my job, those folks, whether they're first or second generation, tend to have really strong ties to the land. Because of that, they always have stories about, I used to do this, but we used to do it this way.
This is from local board 6.
Through community gardening and composting, Kathy met Joe Giomento. Joe was a child when he learned composting at his grandmother's knee.
They never had a formal compost with like a bin, but there was a pile, and she taught me to throw things in there, and I would tell her why, and she'd say because it would break down and it becomes food. Here, this is a good example. We cut everything.
These lessons have stayed with Joe, who now manages River Garden.
When I first got here, which was in 2009, first thing I noticed was there were no compost bins. It was a pile of garbage, plastic, cement, everything in the back, and it was a waste because there's food there, there's nutrients for the plants. So a few of us joined the Master Composter class that is given by the Compost Project sponsored by the New York Botanical Gardens in the Bronx. And we built our first compost bin.
That's why we really try to educate the residents so that way they can be the advocates to push their co-op boards and our management to really get the organics collection on board.
This year, 5 students graduated from the Master Composter course in the Bronx, joining Kathy, Joe, and Cheryl as community compost advocates in the area.